We're talking about Thursday Night Football. The Minnesota Vikings heading to LA to face the Chargers. Chargers 3-point home favorites. Over-under set at 44.5. Ethan, you're back. I'm going to let you start first.
Hawkinson dropped that ball. That's where I'll start. Monte Smith caught it. Hawk dropped it. And Jordan Mason did score on that reach out. So just to settle all the Twitter beef I've gotten myself into with Vikings fans. But yeah, Chargers let me down last week. I like the Chargers a lot. I know Wyatt did as well. On the money line against the Colts, that game was over before it started, just like basically every other game that I had interest in. But this week, I'm going right back to the Chargers. I would try to still get a 3 sooner rather than later if they're still out there. I have not bet this yet because I do want to just hear if I don't know for sure if Joe Alt is still out or not. I know he's getting closer to a return. Don't know if it's this week. I think Trey Pipkins is out on the O-line as well. Obviously, Slater out for the year. And I do think those injuries are something I just haven't put enough weight on for the Chargers. And, you know, I think they've kind of come to fruition while they've been out. So that is one thing I'm nervous about, but don't like the spot here at all for the Vikings. They are off that hard-fought game against the Eagles, the Super Bowl champions. They're off their bye week. Think they put a lot of effort into that game, did not win it. Now they have Detroit on the road on deck after this Chargers game. You have the Chargers off a disappointing loss, but they were in a tough travel spot. They had to go over to New York to face the Giants, back home to face Washington, back over to Miami to face the Dolphins, back home once again to face the Colts. Now they get to stay home. It's their first time not traveling now in a little while. They have the Titans on deck, so basically their first bye week. So no look-ahead spot for the Chargers. I think it's a bad spot for Minnesota, better spot for the Chargers, and I think the Chargers are just the better team. Looks like Carson Wentz again at quarterback, which if this was JJ, I'd be all over LA, but still like the Chargers in this game. Probably one of my favorite plays. I actually love the primetime games this week.
Well, my confidence is shot from last week, so apologies. My bets also, or my predictions also are not fantastic just because my confidence is gone, like I said. I saw a stat out there. Wentz is 7-0 straight up on Thursday Night Football. So little interesting stat for you guys there, according to Barstool Gambling or whatever. So I'm going to go back to Minnesota. It's more me getting pissed off at the Chargers last week. And again, didn't really look at all between what's sharp, what's public. I don't care because last week it did not matter. And last year it did not matter. So I'm not trying to look into that as much. I'm going to go back to the Vikings here. I will take them at the +3. Yeah, the Chargers I'm just not impressed with. And again, probably a little scarred from last week. But yeah, I think 3 points the Vikings can hang, especially after a bad performance against the Eagles, and also the Chargers sucked against the Colts. But yeah, I'll take the Vikings here at the +3.
I was saying last week, I was really surprised that the Colts was the public side because, I mean, we had so much hype on the Chargers coming in. Like, Chargers, after they beat the Chiefs, they're 2-0. Chiefs were 0-2. Is like, this team's going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to be facing the Bears. It looks a lot different now, just a couple weeks later. So I faded the Chargers last week. I think I am going to be on them this week. You're saying that Carson went 7-0 on Thursday night or in prime time. That sounds like he's due to me. Due for Ethan knew it was coming. Due for a loss, man. It's coming. I think the Chargers get it here. I think they really felt that they were the better team against the Colts. I think they probably came in a little cocky, getting smacked like that. I might put a bad taste in your mouth. So Minnesota coming to town. I picked up the Dicker the Kicker, thinking that maybe these Chargers, they can get something going.
Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry Rice, touchdowns galore. Week after week, always asking for more. Bling on the wrist, got the books on the floor. Listen in, cash out, page is swelling. Plays on the field, see me winning, never dwelling. Flagged on Vegas, they know what I'm selling. NFL bets keep the cheesy compelling. Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like